Hey, good morning, everyone. Thursday, June 1st, 2017. On my way to work. Was up early this morning. Felt good. Went to bed at a decent hour last night, which is good. I need to get into bed around 9:30. I know I have some employees that they don't get to bed till 2 or 3 in the morning. I don't know how people do that. I don't necessarily need sleep, but I need to get up before I love the quiet in the morning, the calm before the storm. And I like being able to wake up while everyone's asleep and kind of catch up on the day before. I read the news, I do a little bit of reading, I do editing photos, and I've said that before, and I work out, and my phone's not going off. And the only time I ever get a text is when it's from family on the East Coast, and they're 3 hours ahead, and they see the photo that I posted, or see a video that I posted, and they comment on it or whatever, and they want to talk and catch up. Sometimes that happens. But other than that, though, I'm up early, it's quiet, it feels like I'm ahead of the game, it's for anyone who's really avid outdoorsmen who are into hiking. You get up early in the morning. It's that feeling that you're going to go do something awesome and wonderful that you're really looking forward to, and you're up before anyone else, and you're going to get to the trail before all the people get there. It's going to be a beautiful day. You're going to get a parking spot. People who in Washington State who do hiking as often as I do understand the struggle of, when the weather's nice, everybody's out. See, that's the thing about Washington is it rains. Like today, it's kind of rainy, and then this weekend, if it's in the 70s or 80s and clear, everyone's going to be up in the mountains, and so the parking lots fill up extremely quick. You have to get there early, and also it's important to get there early if you want a little bit of solitude, or if you want to be dodging people left and right, or having to give way to the uphill hiker, the right-of-way common practice we have. So, if you don't want to be bumping into everybody all the time, you just want a quiet solitude, you want to get there early. And it's also nice to catch the sunrise too, breaking through the clouds, or coming through the forest and the trees. You can catch the rays of the sunlight coming through. That's always one of my favorite things to capture on film. So I like getting up early. It's become part of my routine. I was never really a morning person when I was a kid, but now that I'm an adult, I definitely see the benefit to it, especially being a parent. And I got up this morning, I did my 500 push-ups, and then I also did a workout because I got a new 50-pound kettlebell. I found a business or a person online on eBay that actually sells the kettlebells, some of the weights anyway, for less than $1 a pound, which is kind of hard to come by. And on top of that, they did free shipping, which when you're shipping something 50 pounds, to do it for free, that's awesome, and to charge far less than everyone else, you can't beat that. And so I know some of the other weights are going to be kind of hard to get. Like I looked at 75 pounds, and those are upwards in the hundreds, and shipping is even $30 and stuff like that. So it's hard to ship stuff like that. But this one was a great thing, and I'm going to kind of build my own personal gym up from this point. So I did a kettlebell workouts, and did some editing, posted a photo on Instagram. So it was a very productive morning. But I do that because I need my time, to give myself the ability to do what I want to do in the day before the day starts, So the stay-at-home parents is what I wanted to kind of hit on today, because I have a lot of respect for stay-at-home parents. Whether it's a man or a woman, it doesn't matter, but it's extremely difficult. I've had to do it a number of times where, the daycare was closed, because we're fortunate enough to find an in-home daycare with a woman who's actually really, really great at what she does. She lets the kids be kids. She doesn't put them in front of a TV and call that babysitting. She just, there's books, there's toys, the kids play with each other. There's lots of clothes that they have to change multiple times each day for certain kids, especially my daughter, because she likes to play and get dirty. She just lets the kids be kids, play outside, have fun, get dirty. She comes home, she's bruised up all the time and stuff like that, but this is part of being a kid, so I understand it. So the stay-at-home parent is something. I have 2 cousins actually that are stay-at-home parents, and it's a difficult thing. It's not easy, and especially with the kind of routines that I'm used to right now, where I need time to work out. it's difficult to do that when the kids are up. The kids are up, and if you haven't done what you need to do throughout the day, you have maybe one or two more chances to get in a workout or reading, time to read, time to write, time to watch a movie or a show or something, whatever you want to do to keep you sane, to do that. So fitting it in is difficult. So if I can't get up in the morning and my kids are up, I either have to do it when they're sleeping, taking a nap around 11, 12, 1-ish, or after they go to sleep. And I if you're a stay-at-home parent, you understand that when the kids go to sleep, you sleep. And so I have a lot of respect for stay-at-home parents. It's extremely difficult, especially, I guess it becomes easier when it's an everyday thing for you and you have a routine and you kind of keep the kids on a schedule that way. I can see how that would be definitely a benefit and something that you could easily grow accustomed to. But like I say, it's when two people have a kid, the decision comes up to where we either find daycare, and sometimes daycare these days it costs more money to send a kid to daycare, or just as much money to send a kid to daycare as it does as one of the parents' income. So when you think about that, that's a lot of money. When parents are saying, it's probably better that you stay home from work and watch the kid while I go and earn my money, because you'll be stressing yourself out at work for a job that yields no benefit to our family other than the point of maybe giving you like health benefits. But at the same time, all of your money that you make at that job goes towards the daycare. It's extremely crazy how much childcare costs these days. So I can understand how people having a kid, the reality sets in, and it's extremely expensive. But we're fortunate enough to find a daycare provider who not only is really close to us and doesn't cost that much money, but allows the kids to be kids. And she's really great with the kids. I love the fact that my daughter has learned so much from her, and she's one of the most social, talkative kids there. And whenever my daughter plays with other kids, she's always the talkative one. She's the one, hey, then she takes them and plays with them, and she is a little bit independent. She likes to own things. If she got her, like any infant, they have their hands on it or they touched it at one point, it's theirs. It doesn't matter if it's their property because it's theirs, or if it's if it's one of the toys at the daycare that everyone gets to play with. If they touched it at any point that they can remember, it's theirs regardless. So she does take ownership of a lot of stuff like that, and she's extremely independent. But I can't tell you how great it is and how fortunate I feel to have a job that provides incomes for both my fiance and myself, to allow us to do that, to grow our careers, and to be able to afford to pay for daycare and not have to weigh that option of does one of us stay home to take care of the kids. Because stay-at-home parents, I salute you guys, man. It's a tough road. It's difficult, and it's not easy. But it's especially during the first couple of years, I can understand how childcare can be extremely difficult. But I think once they become old enough to go to school, that's when the stay-at-home parent becomes kind of cool. If I was a stay-at-home parent in my young 20s and my kid finally went off to school during the day, I would do CrossFit, I would read, I would work, I would do anything I could to kind of further myself and to strengthen myself and to kind of establish myself, my brand, do whatever I could, to do Pinterest stuff, to kind of build a company or become an entrepreneur in some way, to kind of find my place in the world, to where I felt important, to where I needed to devote time towards that. Because everyone needs a purpose. It's great to be a parent and everything like that, and being a parent, if you have kids, that should be your number one priority, hands down. But I think it's important for people, in addition to being a parent, to have something that defines them, to makes them who they are, to constantly push them, and to, if you're passionate about what you do, that's what your attention is. When your kid's at school or when your kid's at daycare and you go to do that job, that's where your passion is, that's where your drive is, that's where your motivation is. Some people just work to make a paycheck, to put food on the table, as they say, or to put a roof over your heads. But some other people, they go to work knowing that that's a given, but they're also doing it because they're passionate about it, and that they're excited about it, and that they want to change the world. So that's where I am right now. I have a career where I'm building myself and building a resume. I'm improving myself every day, and at the same time I come home, and that's when my work switch turns off and my parent switch turns on. And like when I get home, bath time, I usually do the bath time myself. My girlfriend, my fiance, and I, we share that. So bath time is shared, and we take turns cooking dinner for her. She usually does that though more often than me, because I just don't cook the kiddie menus, just macaroni and cheese and hot dogs, and she does the tater tot casserole with sweet potatoes and all the healthy ingredients. So I mainly do the main dish stuff and all the meal prepping type things, and so she's better at that than I am. So it's the stay-at-home parent. I just have nothing but respect for the men or women that decide to stay home to become full-time parents at home, stay-at-home parents, homeschool your kids. That's even tougher, because you really don't get time for yourself even when they are school age. So I don't know. I think they had a kind of a research thing where they calculated giving the fact of how many hours a stay-at-home parent stays with a kid, compounded by the amount of money that a normal average daycare provider gets per hour. But I think they calculated that a stay-at-home parent, if they were to receive a salary, it would be around, I think it was in the mid 40s. It may even been in the 50,000 range. So it just goes to show you that there's a lot of responsibility that comes in with being a stay-at-home parent. So I don't think, I would be able to do it, but at the same time I wouldn't want to, simply because of the fact that it's just I like how the system we have, and we're fortunate enough to have a great child care provider. She does great things for our daughter, and be more than willing to happily send our second and third kid there if that were to happen. But yeah, she's great, takes great care of our daughter. She does learn other things from kids, like the word no and stop and don't, and she points your finger and stuff like that. But it's part of growing up. You can't fault her for it. She learns things from other kids, but at the same time she's more social than other children, and she's learned so much more than I believe she could have learned at home. Because if it's just your parent taking care of a kid at home, the kid doesn't really get a chance to socialize with other children unless that parent takes the kid to the park and they play with children there. I just know that she's a lot more social, and that's a good thing. And I think that her ability to create rapport with other kids and relationships and go to birthday parties and other celebrations with those kids, I think it's a good thing. So stay-at-home parents, you have my utmost respect. It's a difficult job. It's one that I don't really think I would want to do it. I could do it, because I never doubt myself in any aspect or anything that I do in life, but I just would prefer to I like the way things are now going for myself, and I don't think I would want to be a stay-at-home parent. I have a lot of pride too. That's another thing is, I like being able to work and provide and have my alone time that I like to get. That's why I get up at 3 a.m. But stay-at-home parents have my utmost respect, nothing but respect for you. So that's what's on my mind today, Thursday, June 1st. It's kind of gloomy here today, but should be, I think, clear enough for me to run at lunch. So, all right, I'll keep you guys posted on how things go with the push-up challenge. I am going to be bumping it up next month for sure, unless I have some sort of a setback health-wise. You never know with those kind of things, because I was watching some workout videos, and there were guys doing skull crushers, where a lot of tricep work, and they injured their tricep and their elbow, and that pretty much would limit my ability to do push-ups. And so I have to kind of keep myself healthy and hope that I don't get injured. So as long as that doesn't happen, fingers crossed, I should be okay, and I'll keep pushing for 1,000. So all right, you guys have a great Thursday. I will talk to you later, and stay-at-home parents, I salute you.